for this family review, we are in a 2023 Toyota Camry Hybrid, and it's the XLE trim. So, Felicia, can you give them the rundown of the numbers?
Yes. We are looking at a 2.5-liter four-cylinder hybrid engine, 208 horsepower, an ECVT, that's electric-assisted CVT transmission, and we've got a 0 to 60 of 7.8 seconds, and we're looking at 44 miles per gallon city, which is awesome, 47 highway, and an average of 46. The XLT trim starts at $32,970. With added features and destination fee, our tester comes in at $40,232.
All right. Thank you, Felicia. So, what was your first impressions of this car when you saw it, and got in it, and drove it, and felt it? What did you think?
Well, it came on a rainy day, and the supersonic red paint really stood out.
Oh, really?
Yeah, in a good way. I don't usually like red.
No, we're really red people, but...
Yeah, but I really like this one. It's really beautiful. And then the interior styling, and I think the exterior has a really nice sporty look to it. It's...
Yeah.
Camry used to sort of be more of like just a family-looking sedan, and they've really kind of sported it up.
Yeah, definitely.
And then I really love the inside. I think that this wide design and the dash is really cool. I just really love it. I think it's awesome.
So, when I first saw it, I was like, yeah, this is a really sporty sedan. Looks nice. I like it. I think it looks good. The red paint does look pretty decent. Of course, you know, like I said, I'm not really a red person and probably would look at something more gray or silver, but other than that, yeah, I really like the design and the outside, and it looks really cool.
There's definitely some room for improvement, in certain areas.
Yeah, so the interior, the way I feel about the interior, I'm not the biggest fan of the interior.
You don't like this big Y thing, or that's not the part you...
I don't know. I don't like how big it is. I think it's just big and it takes up too much space. Like if it was smaller and narrower, you just feel more open in here.
Yeah, that's probably true. I love the materials that they use and the colors. This, you know, we've got the gray and some black, and then there's a little bit of a wood grain accent going on over here. And then I think part of the reason it feels so big is this light color inside too, because then this black part just feels like a little bit okay.
Right. Yeah. I like the way that it is light and dark.
Yeah.
It is definitely...
From a distance, like we were coming out of the store just now with the red and then this really light interior through the windshield, it looks really...
Oh, yeah, I didn't notice that. Good pickup.
Yeah.
All right, so we are going to run you through all the things about this car, and then we'll finish up with what we like, don't like, and so what is our first category that we are going to talk about?
Well, the exterior look and styling.
Oh. Okay. Tell me that one, Laura.
I'm like used to the intro again. Power, acceleration, and efficiency.
Well, I'm not real sure, but let's put this in sport and let's go.
I like it. I mean, I gotta tell you, I was running very late for an appointment.
Again?
Yeah.
I
I
thought
was
it was
on the
always...
phone with Gage. It's Gage's fault.
So, it wasn't my fault this time.
No.
Okay.
And so I went at very high speeds on all different kinds of roads. Highway, town, country, hills, flat, terrible pavement, decent pavement, and it was so smooth. It's really got a good little pickup. I mean, I think it's like pretty zippy. I enjoyed it.
It does do pretty decent for being a Camry, for what it is. It does get up to speed decent amount. I mean, what was it, 7.8 and 0 to 60?
Yeah.
Nothing spectacular, but it does the job. You're not out drag racing Camrys every day, so.
No, and I mean, I think just like the handling and everything at those speeds was great.
Good.
It was really, really good.
It's not too bad.
But drive the speed limit.
Right. I kind of felt that it's a little more soft, allows a little bit more body roll going into corners and stuff than some other cars. This is the upper trim, and it's kind of the luxury trim, so it isn't quite as sporty. They do have sporty options that if you like a sporty Camry, they have the TRD Camry, which has a big wing and all kinds of stuff on it.
Oh.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy.
I haven't seen that.
That one's pretty, that'd be your option there. But for a luxury Camry, yeah, it does what it's supposed to do. I just like a little bit sportier feel. But.
And I really love the mileage. Oh my gosh. I feel like I went everywhere and I still had like 400 miles. I mean, I went a lot of places. We live in the middle of a cornfield where we're 30 minutes spending all the places, and the mileage is just awesome. I love it.
Yeah, it really good in the 100-mile real world mile per gallon test. Did really well there.
I do want to add too that I think they could use a little bit of an upgrade, definitely in the infotainment system. Not so much the system as like the display, like the actual display. It reminds me of like a old Kindle. Like it's like not real backlit and it's just very plain.
Right.
I wouldn't say it's necessarily difficult to use, but it's also not super easy either. It does have Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, but you do have to use this plug here at the front.
Right.
It doesn't just like Bluetooth it.
Yeah, it's a wired connection. Yep.
Yeah. But yeah, I as I said, I really like the wide design of the dash. But what do you think about the seat comfort?
Okay. I feel that they are a little stiff.
Yeah.
Even the lumbar area, lumbar's not even on. I have it like completely deflated, but I still feel like it's
There's like a lump
of punching me in the back, like just pushing me in the back.
This stuff.
And so that doesn't make it real comfortable. And when I was doing my testing, I drove for 2 hours in this car, and my lower back was actually starting to hurt. So I don't know if it's, some people say that the seats soften up as they get over time, but this car's got 7,000 miles.
Oh my gosh.
So a lot of people have tested this car. A lot of people have been in and out of this car, put a lot of miles on it. So
It's really stiff then.
So yeah, they haven't really softened up much, but they are fully powered. You do have lumbar. They are heated and ventilated, which both work excellent.
I actually don't feel like the heat is very, very good.
You don't? Okay. Well, see, I don't use the heat, so whenever heat is on, I like start sweating, and I'm like, whoa, this is too hot.
I think in the winter it would not really be very helpful.
Okay.
I really do. And it also lacks, for being an upper trim level, it doesn't have heated steering. Oh wait, does it have heated steering?
Yeah, it does have a heated steering.
That's right. The button for the heated steering wheel is over on the one side.
Here instead of on the steering wheel where it should be.
Or by the seat button. A lot of times it's by the seat button.
Well, those are clear back here.
Yeah, I couldn't find the heated steering wheel anywhere. But it does have one. Sorry, my mistake. It's just in a really weird spot.
Yeah, it is an awkward spot.
What do you think about the driver functions, like the availability of like where things are placed and that kind of thing?
I think everything is placed decently. Everything, you can reach everything without having to lean forward and reach out for it. So everything is real close. The heated and cooled buttons right here. When I'm just look down at it, I can't even see where the cool button's at.
You can't see it.
So those are kind of need to be moved a little bit because I can't really see them that well. All of the buttons that are here in the console are fine, and everything is where nice placed.
Now, what's this EV mode? But
the EV mode, when you turn that on, it will run in EV mode under a certain speed. As long as you stay under that speed, then it'll stay in EV mode without engaging the engine.
Okay.
But it's like under 30 miles per hour.
Gee, I wonder how long it does that.
It's only a 1.6 kilowatt hour battery, so it's probably just going to be maybe a couple miles.
Hey, you run out of gas? I mean, you know, we used to say coasting on fumes.
Right.
This would be like...
Yeah, I don't know if there's an emergency. Like, if I run out of gas, will it kick over to the battery to run me as far as I can? I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know if it'll even allow you to do that. But, good idea.
Yeah. The other thing that I didn't notice right away, because you changed the positioning of it, was the heads-up display.
Yes, the heads-up display. True. And it's very good, too.
Yeah, that's great.
I can see it really well. It does have some color in it, so it's not just white up there. And you can see the lines on the road and what your cruise is set at, what the speed sign says, and what your actual speed is.
And when you have the navigation on it, shows, instead of the lines, it shows the tree.
Yes, it does actually have that on there. And the other thing is, when you made a phone call the other day, it put the person's phone call up on the screen. So if somebody calls you, it'll put their name up there who's calling you.
Yeah.
So you can look at it. So.
It does have the JBL sound system, and I think it sounds great.
Yeah, it sounds pretty good. It's pretty decent. One thing I wanted to go back to the driver's instrument cluster.
Oh, yeah.
So we have the two analog gauges on each side, and one is watching your battery and when you're driving an electric and all of that stuff.
Great.
But the other one is got your speedometer and your gas. But in the middle, it's all digital. And you do have like a trip and your miles per gallon and several different things that you can do in here. Also has your lane centering, lane keep assist adjustments that you can make. Your heads-up display adjustments are all done in the center of these.
It does have the road sign assist where it reads the speedometer or the speed limit signs, and it puts that in the heads-up, right?
Yeah, it's in the heads-up display and on the driver.
I really like that. I miss that when I don't have it. I really like
it. It is helpful because sometimes you don't know what it is.
No, you missed it, and you're in an unfamiliar area. You literally have no idea what. You know,
it's at least gives you something to go by.
Yeah.
And unless you get pulled over, you can just say, well, the car told me it was 55 instead of 45. Think they'll go with that? I don't know.
I mean, I would try it.
Okay.
Running late.
So what's up next? What category are we on now?
Space and storage.
Space and storage.
So I was checking out the glove compartment. It's huge.
Is it?
Yeah, it's really big.
Some of the ones that we've been in recently, you open it up, and the only thing that's in there is the manual.
Yeah. Yeah.
That nobody reads.
No, everything's online now. What the heck?
Yeah.
I think that the door pockets are tiny.
Yeah, there's not much room there.
Well, back door pockets are really small. I don't know about how the kids will feel back there.
Well, this has a decent amount of storage in it.
Yeah, let me have a look at this. This is really big.
It's pretty good.
Yeah, you could fit a 4-pack of sand pellet right here.
Then you got a couple cup holders up here. The trunk, I'll have video of the suitcases. So I'll fill the whole trunk with suitcases, many suitcases and duffel bags as I get in there, so you guys see how big that is. It's another thing that I forgot to talk about with the seats was in here in this Camry, I feel like I'm sitting high.
Oh, right. Yeah.
So I feel like I'm almost sitting at an SUV height, or a crossover car height. And I still have, the 3-4 inches of space above my head.
We'll have to check out what the ground clearance is, because I do feel like getting in and out of this car is a lot easier than a lot of other sedans.
Yeah, but I don't think it's necessarily the ground clearance. I just think it's the seating position.
Yeah, that might be.
I tried to lower mine and it wouldn't go down any farther. I'm like, why am I sitting so high?
It looks really weird.
I know.
No, you don't.
Your seat is, I think, is lower than mine.
I just convinced him that he looks weird.
She tells me I look weird all the time.
He just believes whatever I tell him.
Yeah, so space-wise, there's plenty of space.
Marion doesn't believe everything. I think some of my likes and dislikes are going to be, I like the height of entry, like we just talked about. I do like that. I like all the driver functions as far as, like I said, the heads-up display and showing the speed limit sign and all of that. I really like that stuff. Those are kind of must-haves for me. I like that this, a lot of cars are starting to come with ventilated seats, but it's still not like standard. So it is nice that it does come with the ventilated seats. And some of my dislikes were, of course, because I completely forgot it even had a heated steering wheel, is where that button is located is very strange. Yeah. I don't love, I'm really glad to hear that they're going to be updating the infotainment system and the, I don't know, I like the dash design again, but I do hope that that's one of the things that they hit pretty hard is the infotainment system. And I also feel like the key fob really could use an update as well. It's it only has lock and unlock on it. It doesn't have really anything.
Yep. So there is the key. So you guys see that? It's just basic lock, unlock, pop the trunk, and or hold for the scary person siren.
Oh, I guess it's not as bad as I was. Maybe I was thinking of a different key fob, but it's not terrible. I would like to see like a remote start too.
Yeah,
that's just...
And it may have remote start, but done on the app. There may be. There's there's an app for every car now. Oh. So it's probably in the app is what my guess would be.
Okay. That sounds good then. Yeah. What are some of your likes and dislikes? What do you think?
Okay, so one thing what I do like is the ride is smooth. I do like the way that is. I love the exterior styling. I think it's awesome. I don't think that they really even have to change anything if they don't want to. I think it's pretty modern as it is.
Yeah.
Kind of sporty. It gives you a chance to own a hybrid and own a Camry that actually looks cool, I think. And not that not all the body styles didn't all look cool. There was a few that they didn't add that I really was like, oh yeah, you drive a Camry? Really?
We forgot.
Yeah, we do have a sunroof also. I like how the miles per gallon were great. I was actually seeing 48 miles per gallon at times.
Oh, wow. That's great.
So yeah, so that's really, really good. I like the regular shifter, just a little hand.
Just I forgot to say that. I appreciate that.
And the steering and everything is really good. For this trim level, I think the ride, comfort and everything is good. The luxury trim. Now, what I don't like. So what I don't like is I'm not a big fan of the engine when it turns from battery to engine. It is a very distinctive change that you can feel in the car, and then you can hear the engine. To me, the engine sounds really loud, especially if you're just mildly accelerating it. You can really hear it, and it bothers me. It's too much. Some people like to hear the engine, but then when it's a 4-cylinder, it's not a V8.
It just sounds like it's struggling.
Right.
It just seems like a struggle when a 4-cylinder is loud.
Yeah. Now the CVT, and I know this is how CVTs are.
They're weird.
But it's awkward.
Weirds me out.
So like when you accelerate, you're doing a 0 to 60, or you're just accelerating hard, or even just accelerating period.
Yeah.
Your RPMs go up, and they just stay there.
And they stay there.
And it just is there. Whoa.
It's weird. I thought of it.
Yeah.
I thought there was something wrong first time I drove it. I was like, oh my God, I've forgotten it.
And it's, you're expecting a shift or a sound of the engine like kind of dropping off and coming back.
Yeah. I think I'd put it in my garage. I think that for to get a brand new one though, I don't know about that. Maybe next year's model after they do some updates. I'm not gonna get a brand new car with the infotainment and stuff that needs updated.
Right. I'd like to see next year's car and the interior and everything too.
Yeah.
And then some of the driving dynamics, I'd like to have something a little bit more sporty.
Yeah.
So probably wouldn't put it in my garage either, although the exterior styling is excellent.
Yeah.
So.
All right. Well, I guess that's it for today.
Yeah. Thanks for joining us on this family review.
And we'll catch you next time.